Welcome back. We begin our next episode of the virtual 68th Annual Florida Folk Festival with the Afro-Cuban ensemble Ogundamasa. It includes master and apprentice duo Danny Ias and Hans Hernandez. Danny is a Babalawo, or high priest in the Santeria religion, who has mastered the sacred songs and rhythms derived from the Yoruba people of Africa. Hans was born in Miami, but has spent the last 13 years reconnecting to his heritage by studying Afro-Cuban sacred music.
In the 1600s, in Santiago de Guatemala, there lived a priest who was called Brother Pedro de Joseph de Bethencourt. And the peasants said that he had the heart of an angel. So one day, Brother Pedro is walking along a hot, dusty road, and he meets a man called Juan walking the other direction. And Juan looks terribly distressed. So, of course, Brother Pedro's heart goes out to him. Juan, what can be so bad? What's wrong? Oh, it's worse than that. My wife is so sick, and the doctor says if I don't get the medicine for her, she will die. But I have no money, and there is nothing that I can think of to do. Well, Brother Pedro wanted to help him, but he didn't have any money either. Just then, a little green lizard ran across the road. And Brother Pedro reached down and picked up that little lizard. And he held it all wriggling in his hands and put it next to his heart for just a few seconds. And then he held out his hand to Juan. And that green lizard had become a beautiful, large emerald. Take it. Take it to the marketplace and get what you need. Well, Juan took the emerald, ran to the marketplace. He traded the lizard for the medicine and for food and for 3 cows. He went home, his wife took the medicine, she got well, and they were happy again. Years passed. Juan built up an entire herd of dairy cattle. He became a very wealthy man. And finally the time came for him to go back to the marketplace with a pocket full of money, get back the emeralds, and repay the old priest. Now, so many years had passed, the merchant was a little surprised to see Juan. And at first he said, no, I'm not going to sell the emerald lizard. It brings me tremendous luck. Ah, said Juan, but today is your lucky day, and I have plenty of money and a bit of gold, too, to give you for it. So the merchant relented. He sold the emerald to Juan, who took it and began to look for Brother Pedro, who had retired to a place far out in the country. Juan found him. He knocked on the door of the little cottage. It opened. Oh, Juan, I am so happy to see you. Come in. Have some soup and bread. We'll talk about old times. I'm so glad to see you. After the supper, Juan took out the cloth he had wrapped the emerald in and laid it on the table. He opened the cloth, and the emerald shone in the evening sunset so brilliantly. Ah, said Brother Pedro. Ah, yes, I remember one. It's for you. I'm giving it back to you. I want you to have everything you've ever wanted. Ah, yes. Yes, Juan. That is a loving and thoughtful gesture. So the priest picked up the emerald. He held it next to his heart. Then he set it gently on the floor. The lizard awoke and scurried to freedom out the open door. The emerald lizard.
Jonathan Nicholas loved horses. He loved them, and every year he would go to the fair and he would buy more horses. And that is where I met him, at the fair. He came to my fortune-telling booth. There he stood in the doorway. He paused and then he said, "Good morning, fortune teller. I have come to have you tell me my fortune, just for fun." And he laid down his money on the table and sat down. But Jonathan Nicholas' fortune had no fun in it. I dealt out the cards, and there was the card of death. I looked into my crystal ball, and there again, death. I told Jonathan Nicholas what I had seen, and he said, "Everyone dies." But I said, "You will die before your time." "Well, where?" he said. "How?" I said, "I do not know. I just have one message for you. Beware of Bess." "Bess," he said. "I know no Bess. I know Mary. I know Anastasia. I know all kinds of other women, but I don't know a Bess. The only Bess that I know is my horse, Bess, my favorite horse, the horse that I learned to ride on. And she is old, and she is now out to pasture, and she would hurt no one." And so, fortune teller, I laugh in your face. "You are a fraud." And I looked at Jonathan Nicholas and I said, "It is not wise to laugh in the face of fortune." And he left. And I thought I would not see him again, but the very next year, there he stood in the doorway of my fortune-telling booth. And I said, "Why are you here, Jonathan Nicholas?" He said, "I came to tell you my fortune." He said, "I am alive. It is a year and I am alive. And Bess is no longer near me at all. She is no longer in my field. I have given her to my friend so that his daughter can learn to ride on her. This friend here," and he introduced me to his friend. "So Bess is nowhere near where I am. Beware of Bess." He said, "You are a fraud. I laugh in your face, fortune teller." And I said to him, "It is not wise to laugh in the face of fortune." The next year, once again, Jonathan Nicholas showed up at my fortune-telling booth, and once again he said, "I am not here to have you tell me my fortune. I am here to tell you my fortune. I have lived another year, and now," he said, "now," and he became sad. "Now, Bess is in a place where she can no longer get to me. Bess is dead. And so you see, fortune teller, you see, you are a fraud. And I will laugh in your face, fortune teller." And he did. And he did. And the next year, I waited for Jonathan Nicholas. He did not come. And at the very end of the day, a gentleman appeared in the doorway of my fortune-telling booth, and it was Jonathan Nicholas's friend. I said, "I have not seen Jonathan Nicholas." And he hung his head and he said, "And you will not. Last year, last year, after he came to your fortune-telling booth, he went with me back to my home where Bess had died, where we had buried her. He loved Bess so much. He fell to his knees in front of the mound where she was buried, and then he threw himself on the mound and he sobbed like you had never heard anyone sob before. And as he lay there on the mound, a rattlesnake emerged from the back of the mound and bit him right on the throat. He had no chance to live. Jonathan Nicholas is dead. And I said, so, do you come to laugh at me? He said, no. I come to have my fortune told. It is not wise to laugh in the face of fortune.
Ramey Dance Company from Orlando, under the direction of Sylvia Huddleston, represents the culture of Peru in Florida through dance, music, and theater.
Yeah.
Hello, we are Ramey Dance School from Orlando and we represent Peru culture.
And the Florida Folk Festival is important to us because it allows us to share our culture, our dances, and our traditions. We love the Florida Folk Festival!
Meet Florida Folk Heritage Award winner Lillian Norette Lewis in this History Miami Museum documentary.
I am Lillian Norette Lewis. I'm a Haitian storyteller. I'm specialized in folk art, and that includes storytelling, Haitian cooking, and Haitian folk medicine. I came to the United States since 1964, and now I live in Miami. I was leaving my country because of political oppression. I was scared to live in Haiti. I thought that anytime they could have come and destroy my family. So at the first opportunity I had, I left for good. Everything I learned about folk life, I learned it while growing up in Haiti, in my family. You see, storytelling is a very important way to teach Haitian, especially when I was growing up. We didn't have television. So the grown-up needed to inform us about life, about history, about how to preserve yourself. So I think for the little Haitian children who didn't have much growing up, stories was very, very important to them. The dishes that remind me most of home, because it's so special, is the yellow squash soup. They call it in Creole soup joumou. Soup joumou has a big history behind it, so that's why it's so important for me to talk about soup joumou, because of our independence. When we were slaves, we couldn't have the pumpkin because it was supposed to be a delicatessen for the French people. The black people, the slaves, they cultivated, but it was reserved for the master. So therefore, when we became independent in January 1st, 1804, everybody had that soup. They shared the soup, they danced, they were happy. So the soup stayed like a national dish for us. Storytelling, cooking, and now folk medicine. Haiti is a poor country. A lot of people rely on folk medicine, something they can do to cure themselves without going to the doctor. My father was a doctor, but it was my mother who took care of us. She will do everything to help us when we were sick. And if it didn't work, that's when the time she will ask my father, and she will dictate to my father what she needs, which medicine she wants. Living in an environment like that, I learned to cook. I learned to tell stories. I learned to do folk medicine. The first time I present in public, I think it was 1986. That same year, I was invited to tell stories at the Florida Folk Festival. Ever since 1986 to present, every year I'm invited to go to the Florida Folk Festival and tell stories. And most recently, I've been involved with folk medicine, and they asked me to do workshop on folk medicine, which I love to do, because I think people need to go back to nature, to eat more green, to enjoy the nature more with all the benefits that we have in it. How wonderful it is to see the green. Everything in my yard has a therapeutic value. I have a lot of good things in that little corner. For instance, I have pineapple, aloe, rosemary, thyme, and then I also have jackfruit. And the jackfruit, they go really beautiful. I have six plants, 6 trees of jackfruit in my house. Jackfruit has so many properties. It's good for high blood pressure, it's good for diabetic, it's good to make your skin well, it's good to calm you, you name it, and jackfruit is there. I'm a living example. I had cancer and I was able to beat that up. Of course, I was operated on, but very specialized surgery. They didn't cut me, and I had chemotherapy. But chemotherapy was not as hard it would have been for the people who don't know about using, for instance, soursop. I don't rely only on doctors to take care of myself and my friend and my family. I'm always ready to offer them, even if they don't ask me. You know, sometimes you might say, I didn't ask you. Say, well, it's my duty to let you know. I love every aspect of being a folk artist because a folk artist make me remember I'm Haitian to start with, and that my life is really a Haitian life.
I got the key to the highway. Bill, I'm bound to go. I'm gonna leave here running. Walking is most too slow. So give me one more kiss, darling. Baby, just before I go. You haven't done nothing for me now, honey. Lead a good man from home. And when the moon shines on the mountain, well, little girl, I'll be on my way. I'm gonna roam this old highway until the break of day. Shines on the mountain. Well, little girl, I'll be on my way. I'm gonna roam this old highway until the break of day. I got the key to the highway. We'll be allowed and bound to go. I'm gonna leave here running. Walking is most too slow.
Coming out of the keys, look up in my rearview mirror, see the blue-green water staring back at me. My heart has the pride of a native daughter, and I am smiling through my tears. A sailboat floats by over dark beds of coral, the mangrove island in dark gray leaf, a perfect blue sky blends in with the water as I am leaving the Florida Keys. I can still see the pirate ship slipping out of the mangrove, gliding off to his unwary foe, swooping down like the cormorant diving for his next meal in the water below. We all the ocean. We all feel like pirates, slipping onto the shore. Coming out of the keys, I look up in my rearview mirror. Coming out of the keys, I look up in my rearview mirror.
My name is Aisha, and I'm playing a tune I wrote called Alberta Breakdown.
Let's go down to the campfire tonight. Let's go down, make sure everyone's alright. Let's go down to the campfire today. Gonna get those blues away. Gonna play my fiddle in the sun. Gonna play that old time one. Gonna play that old man with some of my friends. Let's go down to the campfire tonight. Let's go down, make sure everyone's alright. Let's go down to the campfire today. Gonna get those blues away.
low, tiptoed her lady-o-lady-o-loo.
Men in the midst of a table dog heard lay-o-lay-o-lay-o-lay. Men drinking beer with a foam up floor heard lay-o-lay-o-lo. Oh, ho, lay-o-lay-o, oh, ho, lay-o-lay. Oh, ho, lay-o-lay-o, lay-o-lay-o-lay. One little girl in a pale pink coat heard lay-o-lay-o-lay-o. She yelled out to the lonely goat heard lay-o-lay-o-lo. Soon her mama with a gleaming load heard lay-o-lay-o-lay-o. Wanted to work for a girl and goat heard lay-o-lay-o-lo. One little girl in a pale pink coat heard lay-o-lay-o-lay-o. She yelled out to the lonely goat heard lay-o-lay-o-lo. Soon her mama with a gleaming load heard lay-o-lay-o-lay-o. Wanted to work for a girl and goat heard lay-o-lay-o-lo. Happy-o-lay-lay-o-lay-o, oh, lay-o-lay-lay-o. Soon another one will become my trio, lay-o-lay-o-lo.
There are stories about the moss that hangs from the trees. Some say it's the goatee of the Spaniard. Others say it was the tresses left from a Seminole woman who hanged herself when her father refused to let her marry her lover. But the story that I like most is the story of the South Wind. The South Wind was the queen of Florida. Everyone loved her. The corn, the trees, the flowers, everyone. And her little children, the breezes, used to play in Florida. The rabbits would chase them. They'd bend the corn over, but not break it. And they were so gentle with each other. But unfortunately, in every paradise, some rain must fall. And in this case, the rain was threatened by the north wind. You see, the north wind saw Florida and how much she was loved, and he was jealous. And so he went to the Creator and he said, I want to go to Florida. If the south wind can have it, so should I have a part of it? And the Creator said, yes, we should share. But your visit to Florida must be short. Now the south wind heard the verdict, and the east wind and the west wind cried with her because they had always protected her from the north wind. So the north wind gathered his clouds, but they could not have snow in them. The Creator said so. And he started southward toward the land of the flora and fauna of Florida. The ocean heard what was happening. Atlantic did not like this. This was her favorite place. And so she sent her sea mists to help Florida fend off the north wind and make his visit uncomfortable. And as he came down with his clouds, the sea mists would rise, cover the land in their gray robes, spread over everything. And the north wind could see nothing. And he left in high dudgeon, and he turned around, and he swore he would be back. Well, in the meantime, the winds had hastened his departure. The breezes and the south wind came down from the trees where they had been hiding. The ocean said, "I will leave you my mists." The gray robes that they wear will now hang from the trees. And if and when the north wind tries to come back, you can always tell those mists to spread themselves over the land to protect Florida, my favorite place.
She married young at 17, just 3 young men in tattered chains. They brought him around from by the creek, planting love, watched it grow. Each morning they would sow the seeds, removing rocks and pulling weeds. And a baby boy in 63 gave him love, watched him grow. They took the brown fawn, made it blossom. Always grateful for the land, what he brought home. Boy grew strong and moved away to start his own dreams and family. Before he left, these words he gave to take. Where'd he go? It takes hard work and sacrifice to care for good things in your life. Plow through your heartaches and your strife, plant love, watch it grow. He took those words, made them blossom. Took the lessons of the farm to his young daughter. Daughter married young at 17, just 3 young men in tattered jeans. They bought a brown farm by the creek, planted love, watched it grow.
Hey Florida Folk Fest, this is Mike Swings. Ready?
From peace to politics, poignant to provocative, Ellen Buxtell writes and sings about it all and more. This happy, sad, life-embracing, fear-overcoming style truly captures the spirit of modern independent music making. Whatever the artist feels in that moment, she shares. And whatever else Ellen is, she's not shy about it. Performing with Ellen is Mark Goldberg, Mindy Simmons, Lisa Bond, and Mark Severance.
Not gonna waste time, no worry now. Whatever I need comes in good time. No matter where I go, there I am, just the same but a different day. Taking it one at a time. Life is a long journey. Don't want to miss one single day. I can be happy anywhere I go. Better late than never. Say the words, I love you. Never know when I will go. If I don't ask, I never get answers to my questions. Things I never would have known. Life is a long journey. Don't want to miss one single day. I can be happy anywhere I go. There is no destination, so I just keep moving on wherever my heart is, and that's my home.
on the farm that we'll call our home. There's a pretty little house on the farm that we'll call our home.
Don't forget to join us tomorrow at 6 p.m. as we continue to explore Florida's music, art, and culture. But for now, we can't think of a better way to end this evening's program. Get ready for a Florida Folk Festival frolicking, frivolous flock of foolishness and fun with these fine feathered friends. Award-winning singer-songwriter Frank Julian leads the parade with Curtis Wayne Shaper as Flockmaster General on bass, Pasco Paul Barrymore, the Barnyard Brigadier on dobro, and Ron the Machine Townsend on cajon. Let's give these guys a big welcome by squawking and clucking till the cows come home. It's Frankie J. and the Chicken Parade.
I think I would lose my mind. Yeah. Why can't they just end with a chord? See, that ain't wrong, oh Lord. Oh Lord, they gotta have that feeling. If you wanna get that girl, you gotta play like Docker, play like Merle. You gotta have that feeling. If I hear it one more time, I think I would lose my mind. Why can't they just end with a chord? See, that ain't wrong, oh Lord. Oh Lord, you gotta have that.
The virtual 68th Annual Florida Folk Festival is brought to you by the Florida Park Service, Stephen Foster Folk Culture Center State Park, and the Stephen Foster Citizen Support Organization. Join us tomorrow at 6 p.m. to discover more of the best of Florida's music, arts,